What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I have something new. It's a Hawks Talk session, and I'm joined by two of my friends. I got Mackenzie over here and Matthew. Want to introduce yourself, Mackenzie?
Hi, my name is Kenny Shin. I'm not fortunately a Seahawks fan. I'm rooting more for the LA Rams, but yeah, I'm here to talk with you guys.
Oh wow, Mackenzie.
Uh, I'm Matthew Marr. I've been a Seahawks fan pretty much my whole life. My sister got me into football, and she was a Seahawks fan. So, yeah.
So we got two Seahawks fans and an interesting one. Alright, so we're going to start off today by talking about the hiring of Shane Waldron, the former Los Angeles Rams passing game coordinator. This is his first time being a play caller. So, Mackenzie, what are your thoughts and how do you think, or what do you think on the hire of Shane Waldron? Was it a good hire or was it a bad hire?
Obviously, since the LA Rams, I feel kind of bad, but I think it's great, obviously, because something about the Seahawks, they had a lot in offensive coordinator for a few years. It wasn't working out, so I think it's a great signing. And from reports and all, he's saying I'm determined to win. He's determined to go aggressive into the game. So sounds like a great hiring to me.
Yeah, obviously, I'm also excited about the Shane Waldron hire. At first, I'm going to be totally honest, when I saw this hire, I wasn't very excited about it because I didn't really hear much about Shane Waldron, but then I started looking into him more, and he's actually not bad. He's only 41 years old, a young offensive mind, and he comes from the Shane McVay coaching tree, which is actually Shane McVay is one of the best offensive minds in football, and I'm excited to see what he can implement in Seattle because there's a lot of changes that Shane Waldron has to fix when he comes to Seattle. What about you, Matthew?
I think it was a pretty good pickup. Honestly, he said that he was gonna start running the ball more, and I think we need to run the ball more. Honestly.
Yeah, I totally agree. Seattle, Pete Carroll wants to run an imbalanced offense. And actually, last season, Seattle was 17th in attempted passes and 17th in running attempts. So that's as balanced as you can possibly get. But I'm just curious what you guys think. What does Shane Waldron have to do now that he's the new offensive coordinator for Seattle? Mackenzie?
Obviously you see it from this season, they played pretty great. They played great offense. Um, but honestly, there's just a lot of passing, how Matthew said, they need to focus more on the run because this season they had Chris Carson, a great running back they had. I just feel like they didn't use him enough.
I agree. Um, what about you, Matthew?
Same with Mackenzie. It's just they didn't utilize Chris Carson at all. He was a great running back.
Yeah, Chris Carson averages over 4 yards per carry. I don't understand why they keep missing out on the opportunity to run the ball with Chris Carson. But if there's one thing I think Shane Waldron needs to bring to Seattle is he needs to implement some innovative and creative plays. With Brian Schottenheimer, we didn't see many trick plays. I remember when Darrell Bevel, where we had that Doug Baldwin pass to Russell Wilson, we just had creative plays like that. And with Brian Schottenheimer, it was just a run base and then passing offense, nothing really creative. And I think that's something I want to see Shane Waldron do in Seattle. Now, do you think this was the correct hire? Does anyone have any? Does
I,
anyone think it's not a correct hire?
I the correct hire.
All
He
right.
was he was one of the good options.
Yeah, I think he was one of the better ones out of the few remaining left. Because there was some great names, Doug Peterson, Anthony Lynn, but they were all gone. So yeah, Shane Waldron definitely was the best out of the remaining offensive coordinators.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so moving on to Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams. Stafford spent 11 years in Detroit. I feel like he was wasted. How big of an impact do you think he will have in the NFC West, Matthew?
We got one of the toughest divisions in the West.
Agreed. Mackenzie?
I think this trade was a huge trade for the Rams, obviously, because this season Jared Goff was not it, obviously. But Matthew Stafford is old. He has some injury problems and all that, but I have confidence that he'll take him to the next level.
Yeah, I think Matthew Stafford is an amazing football player. The Rams definitely got an upgrade from Jared Goff. But here's the thing, they gave up a lot. What is this?
Yeah,
Two first rounders, a third round pick, and Jared Goff. Who do you think won this trade and why?
I
Matt,
think the Lions are great to be honest for the long run.
the Rams? Mackenzie.
So in my opinion, I don't think the Lions won that much. Like,
Uh,
that not be that high, but like they didn't lose that much.
yeah, but the Rams actually haven't had a first round pick in 8 years now, and they've seemed to do just fine without it. However, Jared Goff and two first rounders, I think that's just too much. And imagine the Deshaun Watson trade. Deshaun Watson, he's gonna be worth a lot. If Matthew Stafford is worth two first rounders, imagine how many first rounders Deshaun Watson is worth.
Yeah.
So, who's the best QB in the NFC West now, in your opinion, Mackenzie? Matthew
Also,
Stafford or Russell
honestly,
Wilson?
yeah, I still
Go ahead.
obviously Russell Wilson because he's much younger, more mobile QB. So yeah, I'm gonna take Russell Wilson, obviously.
What about you, Matthew?
Russ is definitely still the best. But I feel like Kyler's getting really good.
Yeah, the NFC West is one of the toughest divisions in football. You got Kyler Murray. You got Matthew Stafford now. You got who's that quarterback? Uh,
Jimmy
Jimmy G.
Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy G. Uh, you also got some great offenses, so I'm interested to see. It's gonna be definitely a much tougher division. So now moving on, free agency. Who do you think we should resign? I'll let you go first on this one, Matthew.
I say we try to give Carson a good contract. If he won't take it, I say we let him walk because he's gonna want a lot of money. Um, who else do we have going to free agency?
Uh,
Shaquille.
yeah, we got
I think
Carlos.
we're gonna try to. I think we'll try to keep Shaquille, but I don't know. He might want to walk. I saw a thing saying he wanted to play for somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
And
Oh yeah, go ahead.
who we need a target in free agency? We need to rebuild our line. Is what we need to do. I feel like if we build a good line, a good lineman for us to target also is Trent Williams. He'd be a good dude to target in
Yeah,
free agency.
especially if Seattle wants to run the ball more, they need to develop that offensive line. Mackenzie, what about you on free agency?
For me, I don't know a lot about the Seahawks, obviously, because I'm not a fan, but I just know Chris Carson is a really good running back. If he sign him, that would be obviously great. If not, I believe Aaron Jones is a free agent this year too. So if not, you can pick him up too. And there's nothing they should like just target. It's just the defense in general, because their defense, like obviously, not their strongest point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, Chris
Aiden,
Carson.
you're on mute.
Oh shoot, my bad. I was saying, for free agency for me, Chris Carson would definitely be someone I want to re-sign, just because he's such an explosive and dangerous running back for Seattle. He's probably gonna ask a lot more than Seattle's willing to pay, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna leave. And whoever said Aaron Jones, I actually definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is a great running back. As some other key free agents, I think Carlos Dunlap. At first, when he came into this trade for Seattle, I thought he was just that 1 year cut players just to fix the defense. But we can see that after his arrival in Seattle, the defense took a complete 180 turn. They started getting pressure on the quarterback. The defense played a lot better. So
Yeah.
I
For
would
sure.
also like to see Carlos Dunlap back. Shaquille Griffin, obviously, he's the Seattle Seahawks #1 corner. He's probably going to be asking for a lot of money, but this is the one where I'm actually okay with letting go of Shaquille Griffin. Um, Now I'm just curious, KJ Wright is also a free agent this year. So do we re-sign KJ Wright, or do we let him go? Because Seattle does have Jordan Brooks, who they drafted in the first round last year, that can replace KJ Wright. Matthew.
KJ Wright's getting really old. I mean, it depends. If he wants a lot of money, then let him walk. But if he's willing to take a lower contract since he's older, if he wants to stay with the Seahawks, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, do you trust Jordan Brooks, who's pretty young, to take over the reins at linebacker?
Um, yeah, he played pretty good this season,
Yeah.
considering he was behind a pretty good linebacker core.
hmm we didn't really see much from him because KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner got most of the reins. Mackenzie, what do you feel about KJ Wright?
Obviously, I don't know a lot about him, but I like
He's a
from what
really
I
good
heard, like he's old.
linebacker.
He's a good linebacker, yeah, but he said he's old. Like, it's a less more expensive contract he takes, then yeah, you just take that.
Okay. Next free agent is this one's actually pretty debatable. Mike Iupati, resign or cut? I'll go first on this one. I say the Seattle Seahawks absolutely cut Mike Iupati. He's injured a lot to start with, and when he's actually in, he plays terrible. Interesting fact. Did you guys know that Mike Iupati went to Western High School?
For real?
So yeah, he's close. He went to high school close to where we live. So yeah, but anyways, Mike Iupati barely plays. When he does, he sucks. He's just not at that level we're used to seeing Mike Iupati at anymore. So yeah, Seattle should definitely cut him. What about you, Mackenzie?
Uh, I can say I'm not Seahawks fan, so I don't know a lot about this team, but from what you said, like if he doesn't play well, then you always find another upgrade in free agency or just let your other younger players play.
Yep. Matthew?
I say we cut him. We just have to pick up some dudes in free agency because the line plays so awful. In that playoff game,
That
they
was
played.
tough to watch. Uh, I don't even know how many times Russell Wilson got sacked in that game. It was horrible.
They were triple teaming Aaron Donald. He was still getting through. It was awful to
I
watch.
know. That it was like the first quarter. Aaron Donald, Russell Wilson got sacked twice on that play. I don't know
Yep.
how that drive. I don't know how that wasn't a safety, but yeah, the offensive line definitely needs a rebuild. What a
And wait. Russell is getting older, and he's gonna start losing his mobility, so he's gonna need a better O line for sure.
yeah. Another free agent, Quentin Dunbar, another cornerback for Seattle. Sign or resign, Matthew?
I say we try to re-sign him because we'll get him for pretty cheap, and I think he's a pretty good corner.
Yeah, I think we should also re-sign him. I was really excited when Quentin Dunbar came to Seattle. Of course, in the offseason, there was that conflict of him getting arrested, and then we weren't sure if he's gonna play or not. But he played pretty well at the beginning of the season. He got injured towards the end of the season and missed the rest of the season. But I think he's a really good corner, and Seattle should definitely do all they can to re-sign him. What about you, Mackenzie?
I'm not Seahawks fan, so I can't say much on it. But
I
if they need they need defense though.
Yeah. Definitely offensive line is one of the main positions that they need to fix this offseason. Um, but we say that the Seahawks need to fix their offensive line, but what in detail does Seattle actually need to do? Like position-wise, player-wise, what do you think Seattle should go after this offseason, Mackenzie?
Me?
Yeah.
I believe.
General,
Oh,
oh,
we'll start with Mackenzie.
yeah. Oh, okay. So, in general, like I said, the defense is obviously the best. Like you guys all said, the O line too. So just they just need to look for, I guess, some cheap contracts, some great players. That's fix that problem.
Definitely, Matthew.
The biggest dude we do need to go for is Trent Williams. He's a vet, good left tackle. He'll help out the O line a lot.
Yeah.
And I say all we really need to do is fix our line and our secondary, and we'll be a contender.
Yeah, definitely for Seattle, right guard and left tackle, Dwayne Brown, and the Dwayne Brown is a good left tackle or right guard. I think we're good there. Left tackle wise, Damian Lewis. I felt like he played a good rookie season, so Seattle's good there. Center wise, Ethan Posick. He played well, but not the best. So Seattle might keep him, they might not, but I definitely think that they should explore into every option to fix this offensive line possible, because it doesn't hurt to look for any new players. But moving on to the defensive line, what does Seattle need to do there, Matthew?
Um, I say we re-sign Carlos Dunlap for sure. He played pretty well when he came. Jaron Reed, he played surprisingly really good this season. And I say we try to go for someone in free agency to just fill up that line a little bit better.
Yeah, have you heard about the J.J. Watt trade rumors? How do you
Yeah, I
feel
know
that?
about that.
That would be amazing if J.J. Watt came to Seattle. There's also talks of Jadeveon Clowney trying to come back to Seattle too. That would also be nice for the defensive line.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, as for my takes on that, pretty much the same from yours, Matthew. The defensive line played horrible the first half of the season. No pressure on the quarterback at all. But that changed after the arrival of Carlos Dunlap. So that's who I think Seattle should definitely try to re-sign. Jaron Reed, he's a good defensive lineman. So there's another guy Seattle needs to keep. Um, and like I said, J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, they just need to bring someone, a big name in that can set the tone for this defense, because this defensive line right now, when you look at it, it's not as dangerous as we're used to seeing from the Seattle Seahawks defensive lines. Mackenzie, what are your takes?
So I cannot say this enough. Like Seahawks are a great team. Like they truly are a great team. But then their defense is something like they obviously need to like work on. Like I watched some games. Their defense like just like they can't like stop anything in general. It's really hard for them. So just need to focus on that in general. Just like they need some secondaries. They need a D line. And then if you just have that, then obviously you're a Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, so offense or defense, what's the biggest need for Seattle this offseason?
I would say a mixture of
Defense.
both.
Yeah. Offensively, it's definitely the offensive line. Oh, here's something we haven't talked about. Tight end wise, Greg Olsen,
Oh
Seattle
yeah.
brought him in $7 million for 1 year. I think they overpaid him on that. They have Will Disley, Jacob Hollister, and then Kobe Parkinson, the rookie. If I was Seattle, I don't know if I feel comfortable with those three. But what do you think about it, Matthew?
Um, I don't feel comfortable with that either. We need we could probably bring in someone from free agency. I think there's some good tight ends in there. I'm
Yeah,
not too sure.
definitely. Mackenzie?
Um, those names don't ring a bell, so I don't feel like they should like use them a lot. But they're always I don't know how expensive Hunter Henry is, but he's a free agent this year. So if they have the money, they can bring him in, or just some other tight end.
Um, yeah, definitely. Tight end is something they should look at. I don't think it's a key position that they need to go through, but it's definitely something they should look at. Now, going back to the running back position, um, Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde are both probably going to leave. So that leaves Seattle with Rashad Penny, DJ Dallas, Travis Homer. Do you trust those three to carry on the reins of the running game, or does Seattle need to bring a new running back in, either in the draft or basically in free agency, Matthew?
I Rashad Penny, he's very injury prone,
Yeah.
very, and I say we try to go for someone in the, Aaron Jones, yeah. I think we should go after Aaron Jones for sure if Chris Carson walks.
Yeah, in the draft, you got a pretty good draft class. You got Trey Sermon, Najee Harris from Alabama. Those are two very good running backs that if Seattle can land one of them, that would be great for them. But free agency, Aaron Jones, I definitely agree with. There's some good names out there, but I feel like if I was the Seahawks, I'd feel better going in the draft and drafting a young running back. Mackenzie, thoughts?
Like Matthew said, definitely Aaron Jones. Still very young. He played great. He played great this season, in my opinion. So if you could possibly pick him up, then I think you should pull that trigger and you get him.
Yeah. Is there any other position or needs that any of you guys thought of that we haven't discussed yet?
Not really.
Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Matthew and Mackenzie, for joining me today. I definitely appreciate it. Matthew or Mackenzie, you did pretty well for not being a Seahawks fan. So nice job to you. Matthew, also nice job. But yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. So go Hawks!